We live in the easiest time for music producers to make it due to social media, technology, and easier access to making music. But with that being said, why do so little amount of producers actually make any notable progress with their careers? Is it just luck based? Or is there some secret that the producers at the top aren't telling you? Well, today's video, I'm going to explain exactly what I would do if I started over from zero. I've been making music for years. I made a lot of mistakes along the way, and I guarantee if I were to restart from scratch, I could easily build up a career again just within a few months of really working my ass off. I actually started all the way back like 6 years ago now. It was just a hobby in the beginning. I didn't even know you can make money through it. So I would just kind of do my thing, posting beats, doing whatever. But around 2020 is when I actually thought like, I want to make money from this. So I started really trying to learn how to like post my beats online and do all this other stuff. I started making like tutorials for my beats, even though I wasn't even good at making beats myself. And I really did work hard. Like I put down all other hobbies. Like I never was really big into video games, but like I really haven't played a video game in years. I don't go out much. And I put down all these different things and really just put all my time into music. But even doing that, I made pretty much zero money and zero results. So I was confused. I was like, why are so many people making it, but I'm not? I'm literally out here grinding every single fucking day, but I guess I just suck. I don't know. Looking back at it, I realized how dumb I am. We'll fast forward to present day. I was doing everything wrong. I wasn't following any of the things I'm about to tell you. I was just kind of trend hopping, doing whatever I thought was the next wave, trying to like catch a wave or something like that. My focus was so split as well. I was like super ADHD when it came to this shit. I was like, we're gonna make beats, we're gonna make videos, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. And it's just like, it doesn't work. Like, slow down, bro, slow down. So if I were to restart from zero with none of my skills now, none of my following, there's a few things I would focus on. First off, I wouldn't even focus on like trying to sell shit or make money or even post my stuff. I would just focus on mastering my craft first. Be honest, if you're less than 3 months into producing, you probably suck. You know, you got to put your ego down. I mean, I was there too. I was shit for honestly like the first 2 years. Like, the sad part is nobody told me, and that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to tell you you're probably trash. So put your ego down for a bit. And instead of really focusing on trying to grow your platforms, focus all in on trying to improve your craft first. That's one of the main things I went wrong on, is like I was just so focused on growing the platforms and I wasn't even trying to like make better content or better beats. For example, on this channel, you can see like the last few videos have actually done pretty well, and that's because I specifically wanted to focus in on the editing and the thumbnails and the actual video concepts themselves, and the views went up. So that just shows like, instead of like just spamming beats or spamming videos, really try to master your craft first and you'll get better results. Think back to little 2020 me. I was grinding every single day, and it's like, yeah, it's nice that I'm working hard, but it's like, if the craft was better plus I'm working that hard, now you really got something going. Like, if you're trash, it doesn't really matter how hard you grind and how long you post for. Like, it's just not gonna happen. So you got to get that out of the way. I've done a couple videos on perfecting your craft, but the main actionable step is literally just make at least one beat every single day, even if you don't feel like doing it. It gets you into the routine, it gets the practice in, it gets the reps in. Think about it like the gym, for example. You don't just get jacked by going in for one session, then giving up. You go pretty much every single day, like 6 times a week, whatever, even when you don't feel like it. So getting into the habit of making beats like that is really going to help. And then as you start to make more and more beats, you kind of get a feel for like what patterns sound good. Like I've done a video where I made a beat without even hearing it, because it's like, I just know in my head, I'm like, I know that if I place the kicks there, and there, it's going to sound good. So just repetition. And before we even get into the next step, don't feel too stressed about this, because we'll think about the other side of this. Some people are just going to like never put their stuff online because they just feel like, oh, I'm never good enough. So I'm not saying you have to be like this master producer, like you gotta be one of like the GOATs. You just have to be good, which brings me to the next step, which is to just post something every single day. If you have pretty good beats, you don't have to be a master, like I said. As long as you're not shit, post something every day. If you're a couple months into producing, a few months into producing, you're probably now at the point where you're getting pretty good, then post something every single day. What do you actually post, you might ask? There's a few different routes you can go. There's like the YouTube side of things where you could do like content, you could do type beats, you do loop kits. There's the Instagram side of things, you can post reels. Yeah, there's just so many different ways you can go as a producer, which probably confuses a lot of people. So I'm gonna clear that up. From my experience in the early days, it's best to just go all in on one thing. But what if you don't know what that one thing that you prefer doing is? So that's why in the beginning, what I've been saying now, I've kind of changed my views on this a little bit, is you actually might want to go on a few different things in the beginning, and then if you like one of them more than the other, or if you gain results in one of them more than the other, go all in on that. So what you might want to do in the beginning if you're unsure is, maybe you do some type beats, but you also might want to do some Instagram reels, or you might also want to do some loops. And then, let's say you start really blowing up in the reels, then you might want to just go all in on there. Obviously I tried the reels. I kind of sucked, we'll be honest. And, for me, it was more the type beats. From my experience, type beats is the easiest way to get in the door. It's where I got most of my results. But again, I'm not going to force you to do something you don't want to do. I'm just telling you from my experience and many other producers' experiences, type beats has been the thing that's really gotten them in the door. But the rule here, if you're really just starting out, just post at least one piece of content every day. If you're doing multiple things, then I guess it doesn't have to be daily on each one. You could do like 4 type beats a week, maybe a few reels or something. But when you do find that one thing that you do want to stick with, I'd rather you just go daily on that one thing. For example, when I started my brand new type beat channel, I pretty much did I missed one day out of like 250 so far. So I daily uploaded on the type beat channel every single day. If you're going all in on reels, do a reel every single day. If you're going in on loops, make at least one loop every day, send out loops daily. Just as long as you're putting yourself out there one time a day at least, you're gonna grow. If you're feeling stuck as a producer, you've been grinding for a long time, you're still not getting sales, and you really want to push that next level as fast as possible, especially going into 2025. There's less than 100 days less of the year. Click the first link in the description below. There's a short video you can watch which really explains how to level up your producing career, and you're able to work with me, so keep that if that's something you're interested in. But anyways, you make some good beats now. You've been posting something every day. You just have to be patient. Sooner or later, something's gonna pop off. Obviously, it goes way more deeper than that, but the simple way to say it is if you just keep posting every single day, obviously keep trying to improve, something's gonna pop off. Go all in on that lane. And the next thing that's helped me is to build connections in the scene. For example, when my type beat channel really started to blow up, I started to also get in contact with a lot of the other big creators in my niche. And then I was able to work with them, build connections, make sales with them as well. Another example, a lot of people compare me to like a couple other creators in the scene. I haven't really reached out to them yet, but it's something I might consider doing in the future. Working with people is one of the best things I've ever done. You don't even have to like make beats with them. Like there's some producers out there that I'm very, very close with that I've never actually done a collab with, which is kind of weird. Maybe I'll do one eventually, but like some producers that I just genuinely get into like deep conversations with, I don't really even work with them that much. Not because I don't want to, just because like it just hasn't really come up yet. Maybe we make different sounds and stuff, but building these relationships is gonna skyrocket your growth. Because let's say you build a relationship with me. I have my years of experience that will come up in conversation. I'll give you some advice and stuff like that. But obviously when building connections, there has to be an even exchange, which is why I say start posting daily, build up your brand a little bit first before you go all in on these connections. Because if you have nothing to offer, then it's like, why would I answer your DM? Why would any of these other bigger producers answer your DMs? And I think that's something I do pretty well, is like, even for the artists I talk to, I'm a pretty valuable person. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I got a lot of good advice. I've been in the game for a bit. I know a lot of big people, and it's like I'm able to share that information with other people, and that's what gets me in the door with a lot of these other people, these producers, these artists. If you just go into like a DM, let's say you're gonna DM a producer because you want to work with them, you're just like, hey, let me send loops. You'll probably get responses, but it's not as much as if you kind of like slowly built up the relationship, maybe said something that doesn't sound like everybody else. If you genuinely just do those few things, master your craft, post content every single day, go all in on the thing that's really making you the results, and then building connections with other people in the scene, you could easily make thousands as a producer. It's not that complicated. It really boils down to those 4 steps. I'll be honest, I'm pretty fucking tired of people saying it's just luck or like it's all bullshit. Like, it's easier than ever to grow on social media right now. There's thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of people that are like blowing up on social media nowadays. Like, bro, a bitch literally said Hawk 2 and then has a fucking podcast that's one of the biggest podcasts in the entire world. Like, this shit is fucking easy right now. Like, it actually blows my mind. So that's kind of what keeps me going. Like, there's millions of people doing this shit. Maybe in that situation that I said, maybe it's a little bit luck based, but I'll be honest, maybe even in her case, like, her personality is what has kept her the following. I don't know. I don't fucking follow her. I don't know. I'm just making an assumption, but the fact that she didn't fall off a week later surprised me. But we'll see. So that's not the point. The point is everybody who says it's luck, fuck them. We're going to be up. 2025 is going to be a good year. That being said, click here to watch another video. If you want to work with me, really grow your producer brand, click the first link in the description below. Join the Discord as well in the description below. And I'll see you in the next one.